Buddy, we are going to be live on Facebook in about 4 minutes doing breath prayer.
But we're testing. We're testing right now. We're testing.
Testing, 1, 2, testing.
How many people have done Facebook Live? William Robert, one of our favorite twos in the world, right there.
Oh my gosh, we should have William Robert do this.
I know. Well, he certainly could. William Robert is one of the board members of the Enneagram Great Lakes, and he's a coach. And we're so glad you're here. Our dear friend Bill.
Yes. And talk about fun.
Oh, yeah.
He is such a great presence, which I find that most twos are really, if they're not fun, they're great to have around because they just help out so much.
That's right. That is right. Well, we're kind of warming up because we're not always great with Facebook Live. And so we're going to admit it. We're going to say it right from the beginning.
Yes.
But here we are. We're going to try. This is what we're up to. So if you want to go get a cup of tea, go grab. Oh yeah, twos are the best. But they are so tired.
How did you stay up so late? Although you are an hour behind us.
That's right.
So it's Central Time for you.
Yeah, so just so you know, we're really tired.
And we're not even twos. We don't help anybody.
Well, I think, look at this, it's 8:50. Oh, it's 8:58. We have 2 more minutes. I feel like the ball's going to drop or something.
I know it. 10, 9. We may just meld right in, merge right in. It's not a 2 term, it's a 9 term. We might just merge right into 9, whatever o'clock.
We're working on it.
Wherever you're at.
Yeah, believe it or not, we're going to actually guide people in a contemplative practice. So believe it or not. Teresa McCloy, you are on vacation, Teresa.
Teresa's probably driving somewhere.
Yeah, she could be. Teresa is another great Enneagram coach and beautiful presence. Teresa McCloy, what a gift you are. I think you're in a warm place though, like Florida. So I don't know if when you're Facebook living with us, you're feeling the burr. But it's
she can probably hear waves crashing into the seashore while she's watching this.
Yeah, can you, Teresa? What do you got going on over there?
Anyway, I think we're close enough.
You do? All right, let's begin.
I do. I think let's begin.
Let's begin.
Let's begin like you're a school teacher. Anyway, we have been doing a series of Facebook Live clips with our co-authors, Doug and Adele Calhoun of Spiritual Rhythms for the Enneagram. So if you haven't picked up a copy of this, you're going to want to check it out. We really encourage you to. All of the breath prayers that we have been practicing. We started with the 8. Doug and Adele did the 8. Claire and I did the 9. Doug and Adele yesterday did the 1. And tonight we're going to do the 2. But all of the prayers that we're referring to, plus some others, are actually in the book. So you can find those in the book. And you can find the book at Amazon, Barnes & Noble, anywhere that good books or great books are sold. So pick up a copy, and we think you'll find it helpful. We've been getting a lot of great input around. So the 2s.
And Dustin Height is with us. Hey, Dustin, glad you're here.
So the 2s, the loving people, and right out of the chute, there is this mantra. Every chapter, every type, every style has about 25 pages of just informative information and practices just around their type. And I love, out of the 2, immediately it says love contemplates, then decides, which really is a breath prayer in itself. Mm-hmm. And what would you say to the 2s with around that mantra, love contemplates, then decides?
Yeah, so we always say that a breath prayer is connecting your theology to your physiology. So, what you think about God, how you see yourself in God's own image, and attaching that to your breathing is a way to be present to God and be present to yourself. And the title of the chapter for the twos is Love Contemplates, Then Decides, which is a breath prayer. And it is connecting your theology with your physiology. And so, love, while love is what's in the driver's seat for twos, nurturing, caregiving, these wonderful lovers that really are they are the hallmark of care for other people, and they can lose themselves if they're not present. And so love, breathing in, contemplates even in the holding moment with the breath, and then decides with the out breath, is a way for twos to be present to their own presence and the presence of God before they decide that they have to help the whole world. We just had a beautiful young woman who's a two on our band, and she was to guide a liturgical practice. And when she wrote this practice, she saw herself guiding it, loving people, giving people love, through the words that she had written, through the songs that she had connected to the liturgy. And on that day when she showed up, she said to the 8 leader, she said, I don't think I can do this today. Can you do this for me? And so when they did the practice, this liturgical practice of singing and prayers, guiding us in times of contemplation, I was shocked that it wasn't this young woman who was supposed to be leading. And I asked her what happened, and she said, well, I was practicing harmony, and I knew that it was not for me to do, that it actually would have been helping other people, but I was not going to be present. So she really was enacting that wonderful love contemplates, then decides. Sometimes even breathing in to a count of 5 or 6, holding for a count of 5, and exhaling to a count of 5 or 6. Whatever feels most natural for you. And what happens when you're activating those 3 words, love, contemplates, decides, is you're activating the IQ, the contemplation, the EQ, the love, and the GQ, your action, your instinct in the world. So love contemplates, then decides, takes action. So just that moment of taking breath can really give life. There's another breath prayer that both of us really love too. And
yeah, so another one in the book is God, you love me, and I am wanted. I am wanted.
And then
God,
the last one, can we do that? Because I love the one about reflection that we just talked about.
Right. Love, made in God's image, and I reflect love. So made in God's image, breathing that in, made in God's image, and I am loved.
Yeah. I reflect love. Yeah, and so I am love, or I reflect love, which gives you a way to see that you are not the source of love, but you can reflect the love of God.
Yeah, it gives that, I love just that positive sense for the two of receiving God's love and this deep appreciation for God's love, and that it's a gift that they receive God's love and that they reflect it. And it's not their responsibility to be love, they're not the source of love, they are a reflection of love. So that reminder for a 2 that they are this kind of mirror for the love of God to be poured out on the earth. And it's not their responsibility to extinguish themselves in trying to be the representation of love on the earth, but simply a reflection of the love that they're receiving, and they're so gifted at receiving. So I love that. So
maybe even breathing that in, I am loved. I reflect God's love. I am loved. I reflect God's love. So attaching that to your breath. I am loved. I reflect God's love. And the gift of that is with practice, practice makes permanent. And if we are rewiring those neural pathways and letting go of the need to do love, to provide love for a 2, to be loved, and then to reflect that love. What a grace. It could come with a full cup.
Yeah, just a few minutes of those and other breath prayers as a 2 or any type can become just a beautiful reminder to keep us centered, to help us to live into our best self. And it really is seemingly a simple practice, but so powerful and so profound. Heading into our day, during our day.
Yeah, and I love Dr. Daniel Siegel talks about when neurons, little happy neurons, are fired together, they wire together. And so if there is time for you to practice this new way of breathing, rather than to just give, provide, but I am loved, I reflect God's love. Love contemplates, then decides. Those little happy neurons they'll create a new neural pathway. And so that automatic where you're just giving, caring can be relaxed, and you can receive love and then know where to bring love.
Definitely.
Yeah. So we're glad you were with us tonight.
Yeah, we want to remind you guys, if you wouldn't mind connecting with your friends and just sharing these breath prayers, and maybe you might know a friend that is a 3 or an acquaintance that's a 3, and remind them that tomorrow there will be 3 breath prayer practices that Doug and Adele Calhoun will lead them through, but we would love for you to share that with others.
Whatever helps you here on this page, feel free to share it.
God bless.
Bless you.